I selected rural placement was for two reasons. The first was I thought it'd be a really exciting experience and a bit different. And the second was when I was thinking about at the end of my course, when I'm trying to pick a school, I wanted to know that I had had a range of schools that I'd gone to placement to and that I kind of knew what school suited me the most, and I thought to go to a rural school would give me a really good view of different types of schools.
Definitely. From a lot of readings or from the television shows that I see, I thought that the rural placement that I'll be embarking at that point in time would be somewhat backdated, or perhaps resources were not enough for the people living in that area. But I was severely surprised or taken aback when I could see that the resources, the teaching experiences, or the theories that the teacher used were very much contemporary and pretty much on par with the schools that I've been in the city.
So we got a lot of support before and during placement, before we went on this rural experience. We had a lot of great staff who were at uni, like Ondine and all the professional experienced staff that were there. So they really helped us understand what we were going into, what kind of context we were going to see. We even had a local staff member who came from the area, and that was really helpful to get settled in and know what school we were going to and what we were going to experience, because he was already there, he knew the neighbourhood, he knew the community, and that made us feel a whole lot more welcome and ready to go before we even left for placement. And even when we were on placement, we were really supported because we had staff on call, Facebook, email.
It was really good staying on the Bass Coast during placement because it meant that we had to be quite independent compared to living at our own home, being in familiar surroundings.
The positive aspects of staying in accommodation was that I created some really amazing friendships, so friendships that I'll be able to keep for the rest of my uni time. It also meant that when I came home at the end of the day, I had people who were in the exact same situation as me. They were doing the exact same stuff, and we could actually have a chat and support each other. We could talk about lesson plans, about things that were going on at schools, and so I constantly felt like I was really supported by friends, and it also was just so much fun.
I would say this experience was really different to the metro placements that I've had in the past because I felt a lot more welcomed at the school. So normally when we go for metro placements, there's quite a few of us at the school. I'm sure people know what it's like. Maybe there'll be 20 or 25 at a school, it depends on where you're going. But when we were here in the rural context, we had just a few of us. There were just around 10 of us in the school, which I was placed Wonthaggi Secondary, and we felt a whole lot more welcome. There were only 2 of us in the science department, and we got our own desk at the school. We had a mentor teacher who was just there to look after us, and we got a lot more support than just the teaching. My mentor teacher helped me with places to eat during the weekend, places to explore around the neighbourhood.
I think what the rural placement gave me that I hadn't been given before is there was so much more opportunity to be in classes, to run classes, to do lesson plans, and so I came to the end of my placement and I felt that I had grown so much as a teacher.
I would definitely consider teaching in rural placement, especially in Bass Coast, partly because I sort of like that close-knitted community. I would definitely teach in a rural placement compared to the city, partly because I think coming from Perth and coming from Singapore, it's a safe haven for me. I was able to sort of be myself. I wanted to develop, I think it would be a good opportunity for me to develop my career as a teacher.
Well, I guess there were 2 different highlights. I guess the first was just exploring the Bass Coast with my newfound friends from the accommodation, just getting the chance to go up I forgot the place, but we went to Wilson's Prom and we went up this beautiful summit, and just the different views and scenery and change from that metro, city and traffic and everything. That was definitely the first highlight. But the second highlight was getting the chance to make a really close relationship with the school. After 2 weeks, I didn't think I would be as connected as I was to Wonthaggi Secondary, to the point it was a bit emotional to say goodbye. So just that community that you get to be a part of, getting to know the teachers, getting to know the students, you just can't get that experience when you're metro. but when you're on this rural experience, you really get that community immersion, which just makes it so special and so unique and such a memorable experience for me.